Okay, I want to talk a little bit about las Golpeadas, Orgullosas. I think I finished finally the filming part of it. I already started cutting it up and labeling the clips. I hadn't done any of this video logs in a while. I put my thoughts on camera. Maybe someday I'll reflect and think it was fun. It is fun to a certain point, but it's a lot of work. The audio is not going to be too good just because I just set up the camera. I didn't put no audio on this. I don't know if I'll release it or not, but I just want to talk about a little bit of my experience. It took 4 days to capture what I needed. 4 full days. I was thinking it was going to take 1 full day. It's a short story. And a short story. And Fabian Guzman, he wrote this, I think, in 2014, if I remember correctly. Thing is, this came about. He gave me some of his literature when we first met him and decided we were going to work together. He gave me about 3 of his books, and this book, the one that I got here, it's got 2 stories in it. I've got 2 stories in one. Las Golpeadas, Orgullosas, and Los Hombres en Conflicto, which I haven't read yet, but we talked about already filming that. And I'm thinking maybe doing it later this year, but it requires, I think, 3 men and 4 women, a little bit bigger cast. So we'll see how things go as we progress, because we were working on a concept for a web series. But going back to this project, that to begin with, when I mentioned this to Fabi about filming this one while we're working on Adopted Martin, he was still writing the storyline. Well, this one's done. I'll start just shooting it if we can find some actors. It's easy. I mean, he gave me the book. I started reading it, and there's only 3 characters in it. 2 women and a guy. And well, my Spanish is not very good looking, and my English is not very good looking. Leyéndolo or just speaking it, whichever. Of course, I'm doing this in Español and English. It's bilingual, but that's just the way I talk. And he was excited. He said, "Yeah, well, it's up to you." I said, "Well, yeah, shit, we're waiting. We just need some actors." So he knew a man who worked in theater, se llamaba Hernando Cunha. I don't know how well I knew him, but we went one day to go see him. Made an appointment, went to see him, and I was thinking we're going to use Fabi as Perduti. That's the point. Is we're going to use his name and his talent and put him in the film. Well, somewhere along the line there was a misunderstanding. Hernando thought he was going to be playing Perduti. Apparently he got a hold of other women that he knew and to play the part, or who were interested. Let me just put it that way, who were interested. We hadn't met him. I only met Hernando once. So we had like a dinner, get together, read through the project. That's where I met the 2 ladies, Diana Maiscal and Jackie Alvarez. So we met up with them at Fabi's house, had a read through, had a dinner, and got to know each other just a little bit. And that's when it kind of dawned on me that Hernando was thinking he was going to play the Perduti character. And I told Fabi, "Hey, I thought we were going to have you as..." And he's like, "Well, so did I, but apparently there's a miscommunication, and he assumed we asked him." So I said, "You know what, at this point, that's fine. As long as he can act and you're okay with it, I'm okay. We need to start filming something." So we went with it. And I was thinking we can get it done in 1 day. And that's all the case. because we're only shooting on 1 day a week. I think we started on a Friday. All the shoots were done on a Friday, I think, except for the last Saturday, which was just with Diana. But not having to work with people who had experience was different. The most part, I was wanting them to give me some of their talent, you know, on camera. I want them to act without me having to tell them micromanage how I want this done. Sometimes they can come up with stuff that I hadn't thought about as far as how they put it out there. So, you know, when I first started, I'm trying to think of that first day, because it's been over a month now that we started this film. Got it done last night or yesterday. We started doing one of the longer scenes right off the bat, and I guess everybody thought we were going to start from the beginning, and I said, no, we're not starting there, because they had the lines kind of memorized for the beginning of the script, and the script was the book. It wasn't much a script. We were using the book. So we started kind of toward the end of the book, and it kind of threw everybody off. So the first challenge we had was they were thrown off with where we were going to start. And I wanted to get all the cast together, because I figured that first day we were going to get done with Hernando's talents. And the thing is, those lines, their script lines were long, and they couldn't remember them all. And they were under the impression that they had to be line for line or word for word. And I said, no, that's not the case. Just follow the dialogue. I'm just trying to follow that. It's too much to learn in a short time. I got to a point where they kept forgetting the lines, and so Fabian mentioned, what if I just say the lines when they stop and forget? I'll just say the lines out loud. And actually, it was a good idea. What I had to teach him was, when they forgot the lines, they had to pause and not move, and then Fabi needs to realize, okay, they forgot the lines, and he's following with the book. He needs to see the lines he needs to see the next line for the next character. That way they can remember. The challenge is that as soon as he said that, they'd start right in, or they were moving. That didn't give me any time to really work with, because then I gotta when I do this in post, I gotta have a little bit of time to cut it in there. So that was a challenge, but that was a good idea for the cast. If you can't remember the lines, and just pause, don't move. But that was a constant challenge. As soon as he said, Fabian was giving them the lines, they just jumped right in there, or they were moving. You gotta do it over again. Start at the beginning. You gotta give me some time, don't move, then I can cut it in. So that was a good idea, but the challenges were there. Another thing is, me and Fabian, it's only two of us doing the work of a crew. And I've done the production of Rey de Gloria in 2014 by myself. I'll never do that by myself. It's just too much work for one guy. And when you put in a film, you need a crew. I mean, you need literally a crew. Everybody's got to have their own roles, because I cannot remember everything. I got too much going on. I'm directing. You know, I'm running my cameras. I'm thinking ahead to get the next scene ready, and it's just no se puede. And then I gotta worry about the audio. I'm an audio person or a lighting person, so I'm learning as I go what works and what doesn't. So the next thing, that same day, we were figuring out, me and Fabi had to work together better on is the audio, because I had my own mic, and I gotta cue it in. Thing is, when I'm filming, you gotta have the scene and the takes, so I can use that later in post and label, and I can put them together. So I'll never find stuff. And he kept repeating the same ones, or the same takes. Scene one, take one. Scene one, take one. Scene one. Well, how many of those can you have? You scene one, take one, then you move on to take two, and that was like, are you sure we didn't say that? So that was a constant challenge to me. Where did we leave off? Well, I learned that by the second time we were filming it, we gotta do something different. We gotta learn from the mistakes to make me more efficient. Because all this, I'm doing the work myself. It's just like, it's time consuming, and try to find the audio with the clips. It's almost impossible if you don't get the right takes, the right scenes. I'll never find stuff.